This is why I hate firewood scammers. How's it going, everybody? Tucker with Tucker Streamers back here with another video, and today I really just wanted to harp on a topic that's big in firewood, unfortunately. And with me being, I've just completed my first year selling firewood. It's a big side hustle for me. I did it more than my day job. I've now understood that there's a lot of firewood scammers out there, truly, and it's really unfortunate. And it is one of the things that I dislike the most about this industry. So how do people scam others into buying firewood? So, very common age group to buy firewood is older people. And sometimes you get the occasional younger person who is new to burning wood, so that's even worse case because they don't know what to look for, they don't know what to buy, they don't know what website to buy off of, they don't know how much they should be paying. All that stuff can be easily manipulated and taken advantage of if by some guy who knows what he should be selling, but he's not. So the most basic kind of just scamming is selling unseasoned wood. It's something that if you do it unintentionally and then the customer reaches back out and you fix, that's not a big deal at all. But if you know that you're selling green wood as seasoned, it's a really big deal. And that's a big no no. And it's really unfortunate because it makes people like me who sell good seasoned wood, dry, ready to burn. And I take pride in selling that stuff. If I don't have good wood that I know will burn right away, I'll tell you, and if you still want it, then cool. But if I don't have it, I'll tell you, and if you don't want it, then that's not going to be a sale. But it makes people like me just seem more untrustworthy because of their past experiences. I cannot tell you guys how many times I'll show up to a new customer for a delivery, and they'll be like, this looks great. The last time I bought wood, the guy told me it was seasoned. I showed up and it was wet. He said it was this or that, blah blah blah. I took it and it didn't burn. It just sizzled. I had a delivery 2 days ago, I think it was. Guy told me last time he bought wood, it just sizzled. So he had it out back seasoning for next year, and you really can't season that well here in Michigan with the snow. I'm in the car today because I just got out of one of my college classes and it is snowing like no other right now. It's insane. And it came out of nowhere. So I'm supposed to be getting 40 quarter hardwood logs here on Saturday. So I hope that this mini snowstorm does not throw a wrench in that. And we're supposed to be down in the teens temperature wise. So, I mean, I don't know. Really hoping that they can still make the trip down here. But anyways, I take firewood very seriously. It's an industry that provides people with their heat, and I don't like to disrupt or mess with that or try to scam anybody into that kind of having a cold winter because what I try to think about when I'm selling wood is the person that's going to be using the wood. It's going to be in a house, maybe for an older person, maybe for young little kids. That's another reason. Little side note here: I split my wood so small, so anybody and everybody can move it. Um, this cops giving out parking tickets, man. Sorry, but I split my wood so small, so people can move it no matter how old you are, how young you are. If you're, weaker, stronger, it doesn't matter. That's one part. But the main reason I split my wood so small um, is because it dries a lot faster and stuff like that. But that's just a little side note for you, and that's kind of what sets me apart. If you're looking to buy firewood, typically people who split smaller, it's way better wood. I will say that if you're looking on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere, and their pictures have big chunks of wood in a pile, sometimes it's harder to tell because if they're all big chunks, then they're gonna look symmetrical and uniform and not huge. But really take a look at and try to see the diameter of that firewood because the smaller the better, in my opinion. It not only does it dry faster, so even if you do get green wood, and for some reason you accept it, it will dry a lot faster than those big chunks. And those big chunks are in the industry, they're very commonly called overnighters, um, because the old legend is you throw one of those in the wood burner and it'll burn for the whole night, and that's all you need. But in my opinion, what I like to do, another reason to split smaller firewood, um, is because you can put more small pieces to fit your actual burner instead of one big chunky piece in there. That's just my opinion, but yeah, getting back on topic here with the scammers, it's just really unfortunate. And like I said, it makes me look like a bad, it makes people harder to trust me off the bat, or guys like me who sell good wood. And it just sucks. It really does. There's no other way to put it. I wish every guy was honest. But even if you are being honest and you think the wood is seasoned, sometimes you make a mistake and you forgot to test the moisture of some pieces or something, and they call back and say it's not burning. I've had that happen to me, and I make sure to either give them a heavy discount on another load or give them another load for free, or part of a load. However much was unseasoned of that load, I'll give them that for free. Um, because I just think about, like I said, if it could be a young person, could be a single mom, could be a grandma, grandpa, really old. I don't like the idea of me selling them something, and they think they're gonna get a really nice warm winter, but they end up, being cold because the wood won't burn, or it'll burn too fast, or maybe it's punky and stuff like that. That's another huge thing to look at. I just said punky, and what that means when a piece of firewood is punky, it means that it goes from outside to in. The wood will rot from outside to in every time. And you can tell if you look at the end of the piece of firewood. Look at the end of the piece, and if there's a lighter layer on the outside, this applies to most species, but I'm sure there's some exceptions. So, take this with a grain of salt. What I'm saying. But the punk level, if you can grab a piece of the bark and it'll kind of getting a call. Sorry, I'm gonna ignore that one. I don't know that one. They probably want to buy firewood. I got a text today. Guy wants 2 cord of oak and cherry, so it's not cheap this time of year. So I let him know. I'm still waiting on a response back, but that was earlier today. But the punk level, maybe somebody got in a crash over there. Actually, there's 2 cars parked next to each other. Getting his registration out. The punk level is very important because you're gonna burn right through that. If a piece of wood is completely punked out, it'll weigh like half a pound, and you can throw it at a wall and it'll break. Um, that's not what you're looking for. That's another sign to look for when you're buying wood. Potential scammer is that kind of punk level. It's really something to be aware of. But yeah, like I was talking about, if you can grab a piece of the bark and like dig your fingernails into it a little bit, then that's or it's shedding, or you can punch it a little bit, like scrape your knuckles on it and some bark, not bark, but some the back piece of the wood with the piece of the wood. That's not good. That's bad news right there. You don't want that. Um, that is a no. That is a big no no. So that's just some things to look at. But I just wanted to make this video just to express how much that I dislike that, because I've been thinking about it a lot lately. With winter right here on our front door, we're in the middle of it basically. It really sucks that I'm still hearing stories about people who have bought wood, recently, and it's wet and all this stuff, because it means there's still people around me that are taking advantage of people who don't know too much about firewood, or just are really in a bad situation and they need wood. Maybe this guy was offering it for super cheap, so they said, "Man, if it's wet, I'll just deal with it." Blah blah blah. In my opinion, you always, always, always need to pay a little bit extra to get much better wood. That's how it is in firewood. If you see a face cord for $100 delivered, depends on your area, but in my area, that's typically going to be your knotty, your crap wood, and probably not going to be seasoned either. I sell for 120 per face cord, so it's just $20 extra per face cord, and the quality difference there, it's not even comparable, truly, between the wood size, the species, the punkiness of it, the quality, all that stuff, the moisture content, all that stuff, is going to be so much better if you just spend a little bit extra money. and go the little bit extra mile for that really good firewood. And look at people's reviews too. You can identify a scammer so easily if you just look at their reviews on Facebook as well. They typically will always have bad reviews. Just don't buy from somebody who has bad reviews. I mean, it's knock on wood, but it's pretty hard to get a bad review in the firewood business. You either have to sell a bad product, be incredibly late, not communicate. That's really it. Those are the big three things that'll get you in trouble with firewood. But you know, sorry, my phone always blows up when I'm making these videos. I don't understand. It's interesting, but yeah, that's just some things to look for, and I just wanted to express you know how crappy I feel about this kind of thing. That was the point of the video, so I feel like we hit that pretty good. But I really, really hope that you guys are not victims of firewood scammers. And if you are, take what you learned and apply it to the next sale. I hope you find guys like the YouTube creators that sell good wood. And it's just it's a great industry to be in, but it's unfortunate that we do have to deal with stuff like this. So um, just be careful out there, guys. All right, I'm just trying to warn you guys and stuff like that. Because I don't like messing with people's heat, but other people apparently don't mind it. So, if a guy pulls up with a truck bed and it's all crappy wood and half of it's there, tell him to get off your property or call him the cops. That's a bit extreme, but you know what I'm saying. Don't be pushed around by a guy who shows up and says, "I got this wood here for you. It's way cheaper than anybody else in the area." So, um, just be careful about that stuff, guys. Okay. I would hate for that to affect any of you guys. And hopefully, if you watch me and other firewood YouTubers, you know what good wood looks like, and you know that's what you're buying. So, um, anyways, wanted to emphasize that. I was thinking about it in all my class today. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I should just make a video about scammers and what people should be aware of and how much I dislike it. So, um, but anyways, guys, I gotta get going here. I gotta go grab some lunch, and then I was gonna build some more pallet storage on the new property today, but this weather is unbelievably crappy. So I think I might take a rain check on that. And I really, really, really hope that I still get these logs on Saturday. But I don't know. I don't know the likelihood of that right now because of the snow. Apparently, we were supposed to get like 5 to 7 inches. It's like, why? Why? Right when I'm getting logs, just throw a whole wrench in the plan. But anyways, really appreciate you guys for watching. All right, I really do. If you guys have had any bad experiences with firewood guys, throw them down in the comments. All right, I really appreciate just getting another angle and understanding you guys and hopefully helping. Hopefully this video helps. And I just like to hear everything firewood related. So I'm gonna ask about your good and your bad stories. So sorry, but I am. But anyways, appreciate you guys for watching. All right, if you're new here, smash that sub button. All right, I really appreciate it. I really do. The videos are doing a little bit better lately. So let's keep that going. All right, I'm gonna put out a video every single day, for however long I can, and I'm doing YouTube for a long time here, so I'm not going anywhere. When the weather gets warmer, um, constant streams with my processor, all that jazz. But anyways, all right, stay safe. All right, stay warm. You know how you're gonna stay warm? You're gonna buy good firewood. Okay, buy good wood. That's what I always end my videos with. Buy good firewood. Don't get scammed. Don't get pushed around. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, take it easy. Stay warm. Buy good wood.